In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, from the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, if your reputation grows. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, if your reputation grow. In a world where trust is hard to find, Solana ID brings you peace of mind. Your digital life secure and free, a place where privacy meets integrity. In a world where shadows used to reign, Solana ID brings clarity again. Your digital self in control, the privacy that you are on a roll. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, your reputation grows. Let's go once more. With Solana ID, you are in control. From the blockchain to the web, we know. No more secret, no more lies. With your soul ID, if your reputation reputation grow.
Hello, GM, and welcome to Solid Talk number 78. 78 weeks of solid yapping, and we are back for you with the latest news and updates from the Solana ecosystem and also for Solana ID. Today, I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Pierre. Pierre, welcome to Solid Talk number 78. How you doing?
I am doing good. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking. How about you?
Awesome. I think I'm getting sick again. That is not so good. So I should just stop fucking flying around the world when I'm still sick, I guess. But other than that, I'm okay. I had a good week. I have some updates to report from live from Serbia, from Belgrade, a beautiful Balkan city. And yeah, I spent a few days here, so I can spill some beans because I did some secret projects here. I can even show a snippet of the special interview that I did actually.
You can?
Very, very short segment. I can do that. Don't tell anyone. But it is definitely something that you will see only in a few weeks from now, the full version of it. But yeah, I came here to Belgrade for two reasons. One is to celebrate the second birthday, the second anniversary of Super Team Balkan. So that's done, check. And I came here with the mission to interview Vidor from Softlayer, the co-founder and CEO from our beloved Softlayer wallet. And I had I would say, successful session with him. And we did a different type of interview, I would say. But yeah, I think last night there was a birthday party. This one I skipped because I didn't feel so good. But during the day, there was the co-working full of people. I think there were probably, I don't know, it felt like 100 people in this little office. Really, really packed. A lot of new faces as well, I think. And the Super Team Balkan, they recreated the whole office space. I think you would also love it now. It is really pretty. It's like a lot of corners and tables. I think you have 50 seats to work, so it's quite spacey. You have little booths.
Always there? So when you're
Yeah,
a part of Super Team, you can always go there?
yeah, I think so. So they have co-workings on Fridays, official co-workings, where they want people to just especially come and that day. But I think you can enter any day because it is officially rented, I think, by Super Team Balkan for builders here. It is a office space called Started. There's like other parts to it as well. I think the other half of the thing belongs to Software right now, if I'm not mistaken. They're also renting it for events and so on. But yeah, it's a nice space. I think they did a really good job, especially on the whole. They really put a lot of work into redesigning this. Like when I came early this week, the Super Team Balkan crew, they were still fucking assembling chairs and putting electricity to the tables and putting monitors and all that shit. So they really put a lot of work in there. So big shout out to the team, to Super Team Balkan, to everyone who's working at it, to the leaders, to Solana, Marco, Primo, to Mattia, who've been leading the charge since a while. Big shout out to Jelko and Marco for helping as well. So yeah, that's definitely good vibes here in Belgrade. To show the vibes, I think yesterday I posted this post, if you haven't seen it yet, with Mattia and Marco in the new office. They had like a little photo corner where the pictures. They even had a cake, a Super Team Balkan cake. Oh, what happened? Super Team Balkan cake. They had a Super Team Balkan cake as well, like a huge fucking thing where I smashed Jarko's head on, but not quite, just almost. And what else? Some giveaways. They gave away software shields. So yeah, we had lots of fun. So if you're out there and you're wondering Super Team, and you're still not part of any Super Team, well, find your local chapter, reach out to the people, go to these events. It's fun, like even if you're just going there with your laptop and you're sitting there and you work because you don't want to socialize, at least you have like-minded people around you, better than at home alone. You'll feel better. If you're shy, just go there with your laptop, and work. And make sure that you have at least one person which is usually the lead of the Super Team, and they'll help you. They'll show you around. It is nice to have. Like, especially we appreciate that because we don't have it where we like here in Manila. You don't have a crypto co-working, right? Where I am.
No.
So,
but honestly, I'm part of WeWork. I have a WeWork membership, and I have to say I haven't used it much in the last few weeks. To be honest,
you haven't?
I haven't. I think it's because I went there like a few times, but I never really had the chance to like connect with the people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and if you just go there to work and you don't talk ever to anybody, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Everyone is different, right? Like some people, they just need to change places, I guess. I don't know. Like they need to have clear separation. But for other people, it doesn't matter at all. Like you can work wherever you are. I think
Yeah.
for us, it's also the habit of having a workspace got lost a long time ago from all the traveling. So we just got used to opening the laptop wherever we are, and that's where we work,
Oh,
For
wait, I
some
have a nice workplace now at home, so maybe that's the
True.
reason also.
That is probably the reason. Look at your fucking chair. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I had a chair like this. So that's a good reason. If you make a nice home office, then the chances are much lower that you will go out somewhere. Anyway, GM everyone in the group as well. We have Chills with us. We have Alden, Solian's GM. Welcome again. Fudel, Sunny GM. That's good. I'm happy it's sunny for you. It is sunny here as well. Leon C is here, GM. Liz is you all with us. Pierre964 is here. Cyber GM, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Jake Linan, GM, another solid Saturday. You got it. Storm is here. Carlos Alberto, buenos dias. Giannis is there. And yeah, welcome. If you're here, then drop a GM. Let us know that you're with us. We got a few things to chat about today on the agenda. Definitely going to take a look at the prices. They are kind of suck. They are very confusing. So let me help you to make some sense of that. We're going to look at the charts, and we're going to talk a little bit about some general ecosystem updates of what's happening for Solana on the macro level, what's happening for Solana on the company level, protocol updates, and so on. And then a few updates from what we've been tinkering on in the past couple of days at Solana. And that's pretty much it, I think, when it comes to the agenda. Just another solid talk. If you're with us, then of course as well, let me just load that in here. If you're with us today and you've been with us for the last couple of weeks as well, just give me a moment, then you know already the deal, you know what's happening here. You can definitely comment yourself solid as well by just being active in the comment section. So feel free to use that opportunity. How does it work? Well, just talk to us. Use the comment box in Twitter. Type something in there, be funny, be insightful, be inspirational, ask questions, or, make jokes. Just be here with us. And if you are there and you are active, then we will see you. And you can comment yourself solid. What does that mean? Well, you're going to gain some solid. After the live stream, we're going to reveal who we pick for this, for today's winner for Comment Yourself Solid. We've been doing it a few times. So if you're with us more than once, then you already know how this works. And if you're new here, then just be active in the comment box. That's all you have to do. To begin with, Pierre, where shall we start? Should we take a look at the charts? Should we, do an easy beginning here by looking at Solana?
Yeah, what's happening in the last 7 days since we talked on Solid Talk 77? I think there is some weird stuff going on in the world, as always. I think there's never been a week where there's nothing weird going on in the world.
Right now, if you're running a news channel right now, you always have something to talk about.
Talking about the news channel. Have you? Yeah. I saw it today, but it's already 3 days old. So I guess you already knew it. But it's sad, right, to see that such a big company, news account, part of the Solana ecosystem is just going down now, and not because they want to. I think it's because they have to, because of what happened to them. I'm talking about Solana Floa, Remora Markets, and what is the other account? Step Finance, exactly. Yeah, all of them announced that they are going to shut down operations. That's crazy though. I only saw it today, but they announced it 3 days ago, I think, right?
Yep. They announced it this week. I think no one expected this because they seem to recover from what they've been saying on the timeline quite well from the hack. You know, they said things like, yeah, we are managing to recover some funds. But guys, this is how it works. First of all, completely unrelated to this specific case, we are in a liquidity gap, right, in the market right now, where liquidity is thinner. Again, that's completely unrelated to this. This is a hack, right? So that's different. But we are in a market phase right now where it's, market is compressed, so people are being washed out. Less new entrants are entering. This is a very typical business behavior in every single niche, in every single industry. So that's normal. This is the time where you have to be a wartime team and not a peacetime team, because right now it's a war out there. That means you have to fight for your share, you have to fight for your funding, you have to fight for pretty much everything to survive as a business. We need these phases to wash out. We all know that. We need these phases to wash out good cases and credible teams and solid setups, company setups, from everything gets noise, and we do have a lot of noise in crypto. So we need these phases, we need these liquidity crunches. So that's important. Unfortunately, things like this can happen anytime, because STEP is definitely not a team that has to be washed out from the ecosystem. Even though, and I'm speaking very bluntly here, from how I perceive the setup of STEP, is that they could have been much more economical. They could have been, I think the business that they've been running with Step, Floor, and Remora, I think even without the hack, they could have improved their business setup. Why do I say that? I'm not gonna tell any exact numbers, but I know for a fact that that they've been burning a lot of money on expenses every month for each single business unit, right? So they have a big burn rate. They operated as they were like a big corporate entity. But if you really zoom in, we're in the tech niche where they're startups, right? Essentially, still, even if they're a few years old. I don't think you need 6-digit burn rates for your startup right now, especially in this market. If you're building either of these use cases, right? Apps, news outlets, or tokenized stocks. So there's an element of, okay, they probably did some mistakes even before the hack. Then the hack happened. We don't know exactly, we don't have any proof of anything, but we are pretty sure that the hack has been due to safety issues from the person who was holding the keys of the treasury wallet, right? I don't want to put accusations out there, but one scenario would be, right? One possible scenario is that the person who has access to the treasury wallet, or one of the treasury wallets, in this case it was, I think, $40 million, has a private key on their password app, basically, right? On the phone. So that's one scenario that is, feasible. People do that, but you should not do that for your treasury wallet. You should not. First of all, you should not have this amount of money in a treasury wallet controlled by one single person and one single key pair, right? That's one thing. Secondly, if you have one single person, one CEO, one co-founder who has sole control over that wallet, then this person should have very high safety standards for the private key. So the private key should not be anywhere online. Period. Right? It cannot. It cannot. So, like, if you have a multi-sig, so that means you have maybe 3 signatories, right? And you need at least 2 of them to sign to make a transaction, and both of these are somewhere online. Okay, that decreases already the chance, because if one gets hacked because the key pair was online, okay, there's still the second one you need to also hack. So it always decreases the chances of being hacked. That's better, right? But if you have only one key, and that's enough for you to drain $40 million, and you keep that key in a cloud password storage, or in even worse, in a notes app or some shit, then don't be surprised if you get hacked, right? You connect your device to one airport Wi-Fi and you forget to activate your VPN, and there's at this specific time someone in that Wi-Fi that is trying things, you're fucked. Right? There's ways for people to get onto your machine if you have sensitive data on there. So lesson that we learn from this is just fucking have high safety standards for your assets, right? Especially if they're not your assets but company assets. So I guess that's one thing, right? These days, in nowadays, put your 2FA, put your email, put a second email, put your phone number, put your, you need several layers of security for your tools, because people are they're getting better at hacking. And I don't want to, nobody here wants to be, and probably some people have been in positions where they got hacked. It's a pain in the ass, not only because you lose shit, also because you don't know what exactly has been hacked. And you're fucking paranoid, I can imagine. You're like, okay, what else do I need to, change now? You can do a lot of shit if you have the wrong keys. But yeah, I'm sad as well about that. Definitely sad, because they've been good. They've been good for the ecosystem, right? Big fan of Solana Floor, always great news outlet. Remora Markets have been doing a very good job on bringing liquidity into the Solana ecosystem by tokenizing stocks. It came very abrupt, didn't it?
Yeah.
It came very, very sudden.
I mean, I literally just saw it today.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you know it already. I didn't even.
No, I didn't know. But yeah, I mean, that's also what can we learn from this for lives, for company, business perspective, for personal lives. Never get too comfortable.
Yeah. Fair.
Can be over in just a blink, right?
Yeah. Yep. And even if you don't, especially if you feel you're safe, yeah, and you don't expect it, then it happens. We don't even know who hacked them, and it doesn't really matter anyways. Yeah. But yeah, crazy world. Not only inside of Solana, shit happens also outside of Solana. But it's not all bad, ladies and gents. It's not all bad. I do have some positive news here. I have, for example, one little news article that I found. Solana spot ETFs experience significant inflows, which is actually true since weeks now. Every single week, usually we have a good inflow week for Solana ETFs. February 25, there was literally this week. Spot ETF saw a total net inflow of $30 million according to Chain Center. So that is pretty good, especially if you compare this to other ETFs. I don't have the chart right now, but I saw it, I think 2-3 weeks ago. I saw there was another week, pretty sure it was 2 weeks ago, where every Solana or every ETF had outflows. Only Solana and Ripple, I think XRP, experienced inflows in that week. So it tells a story, doesn't it? It tells a story if ETFs for digital assets in a critical moment as right now, where markets are compressed and fear is higher than usual, see steady inflows, especially when all the other digital asset funds, see outflows. So that tells a story. That tells a story of conviction into the ecosystem from retail and institutions. So non-Solana people that are not inside of the bubble, they are looking at this right now and they're seeing opportunity more than fear. So that's actually really, really good. And it overlaps with news like this. Solana's on-chain metrics remain resilient despite a 72% correction. Actually insane, 72%. But it's true, network metrics remain solid with, very solid. Over the past 30 days, Solana's decentralized exchange trading volume reached $100 billion. Ethereum was at 60 billion, Base at 30 billion. So at a 24-hour basis, app revenue came in 3.1 million. Ethereum is a little bit less than that, 2.9. Active addresses, 2 million, and chain fees also outpaced all rival chains. RWAs, 45% increase over 30 days to a record high of $1.7 billion. Guys, this is really good. This is the lifeblood of the ecosystem. This is if you look at Solana as a city, this is what the city is doing. This is the bustling street, right? Right now, outside of the city is fucking chaos. Like I mean, okay, let's be real, right? Actually, it's not that bad. We're not in a depression or some shit, right? I don't want to paint a grim picture here. The news headlines look like we are, but everything is up, right? Nasdaq, S&P, everything looks still pretty good. Gold, silver, sure, corrected, but also pumped a lot. Everything is up right now. Like, it's not that bad. We're just not feeling it that much. We're not tired of winning yet because there's too much bad headlines in the world, I think, and that just implies fear of the future. So that is the biggest issue actually right now. Prices are okay, especially non-crypto, but markets are a little bit in fear of, okay, what the fuck is actually happening? Is there going to be a world war? Is Trump going to do something else crazy? Is he going to, take another president or another country? What's happening down there in Iran? I don't even know. Is China and US, what's happening here? Like in the future, is China gonna be a problem for the US? Do they see something that we're not seeing? Is AI in a bubble? Is it worth that much money? These companies, is Anthropic, is it OpenAI? Are these valuations really justified, or is there like a gap? Is it okay that OpenAI is a third of Apple? And Apple has been around since a while, and OpenAI is kind of shitting in the bed right now, to be honest. So there's like all these things are question marks.
Are they shitting the bed?
Public news are more bearish right now on OpenAI than on anything else, because they've been stalling since GPT-4 in their progress. Everything that happens after GPT-4, everything that happens after was kind of seen as weak by the markets. I'm not talking about my personal opinion. Their weird Sora app was like a lot of just fucking noise. Then they did this translation, OpenAI translation service kind of failed. We don't even know that really because it all failed. Then they then GPT-5 is good but not great. It didn't give another level like we saw from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5 was like something broke. So this didn't really work the way they wanted it. And then they introduced ads. And they're like, yeah, we're going to put ads now. And there's a clip from Sam Altman saying in 2024, he's saying, there's a clip, you can watch it. You can look it up. I just watched it today again. And he said, yeah, so because an interviewer asked him, what do you think about ads on OpenAI? Would you ever do ads? And he said, yes, I would consider doing ads for OpenAI as a last resort for revenue when we don't have any other choices anymore. That's what he said. And they introduced ads a month ago or 2 months ago for the free tier. And
didn't they just raise another 110 billion from Microsoft, Nvidia, and whatever?
That is now the turnaround again. They managed to do that, and they need to, because without that capital injection, they were projected to be broke by 2027 as a company, because they're not making any money. They're just burning and burning and burning. And they project to make money in 2029, but if you're broke 2027, you get the deal. So they needed the money, and investors were, I think, hesitant. They managed to get it. I don't know, really interesting. The backdoor conversations, I'd love to listen to them, how they convinced Nvidia now finally, and Microsoft as well, because they were very critical in the past months and weeks, especially Nvidia and Microsoft. SoftBank as well joined that round, I think, and they managed to raise that capital again. So
I guess part of the reason why they did it is because they already knew something that we just knew today. I don't know if you know, but the whole Anthropic and Department of War shit that was going on yesterday and today. Basically, the founder, the CEO of Anthropic announced that they won't accept the terms from the DOW about the Department of War because they wanted to use their model for some mass surveillance activity and then fully autonomous weapon control. And he said the second one is still too risky to do it because the model is not ready. So there might be too many cases where innocent people die or something really bad happens. And the first thing he said, he never wants to be part of some mass surveillance act. And then Trump announced on Truth Social that they are going to cancel all the contracts they have with Anthropic, and they are so woke and they're so shitty, and they're the bad, and he will never let any private company control what they're going to do, and blah blah blah. And people loved the guy from Anthropic for this decision, like standing up. I don't know what's true and what's not, but then so funny today. Sam Altman announced that they are now partnering with the Department of War, and GPT or their models are powering the government's systems. And the most funny part about this is that they said they agreed on some terms that will not allow them to use it for mass surveillance and autonomous weapon control. So it doesn't make sense, right? Because that's what the CEO of Anthropic said, and now they're saying, no, we're not going to do that with them either. We are just, providing the new models to them. That something doesn't end up. There's some weird shit going on that we don't know. But I guess the guys from Microsoft and Nvidia, they already knew that the government deal is about to happen. So probably that's why they gave the money.
I guess so, yeah. But also, I mean, arguably, OpenAI still has more than 50% market share, I think. So last time I checked was January 2026, 65%. That is still a big chunk of the whole AI. If you really put all the models, we have so many models now, right? There's Google as well. Like Google is making big leaps with Gemini, honestly. So I think, and Google, the big advantage Google has is they never run out of money. So
and they already have all the users in the world.
So they have some strategic advantages here that new players, new entrants like OpenAI and Anthropic, they need to start from scratch, right? And they need to raise money to enable this. GPT and like OpenAI and Anthropic, they always do these antithesis marketing right now, I feel. ChatGPT introduces ads. Same day, Anthropic says we're never gonna do ads on our platforms. They literally tweet that on the same day, like unrelated, but obviously super related. And then this deal, like they decline the offer for the war. Then OpenAI is like, okay, perfect. They take it and they spin it around. Like they're fighting, right? It's competitive war right now between them. A very clear rivalry. But I think the PR of Anthropic right now works better. At least for the public. They are still perceived as the better company, I feel. I'd like to see some survey results.
But isn't that changing like almost every day? This feels like it's changing every day. While the OpenClaw stuff was going on, everyone was like, oh, Anthropic fumbled the biggest deal of the century because they didn't let Peter Steinberger work there, and they canceled people's subscription, and they were not happy about it, blah, blah. Like, they're shit. And then everyone was like, yeah, OpenAI, they did such a great deal with acquiring him, and now it's like, it's the other way around again. It changes like almost every day.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I don't disagree. It is a very fast-moving market right now. Anyway, it stays interesting. What is Mold ID?
Yeah, that's a thing that I only saw now, but it's already, I think, like a month old or at least a few weeks old. It looks interesting. I am not sure if I fully understood from just screening the site for like a minute or something. It looks like you can mint a .mold domain, similar to if you would just buy yourself a .sol domain or whatever. It's like an NFT, you can trade it, blah, blah, blah. But it also gives you access to your own OpenClaw instance on Cloudflare that they are hosting for you. And he's like, comes with some pre-built agentic infrastructure that you can use to, you know, let him create tokens and do some trading activity and stuff like this. So he's basically like optimized for this whole agentic Solana season that's going on right now. And you can let him. I didn't fully get the picture, right? There's like lots of the website is a bit confusing. They just use a ton of buzzwords and throwing out some shit there, but it looks like a, I don't know, an on-chain version of your own OpenClaw instance that you can even sell to someone else if you want and you don't want to use it anymore.
No servers, no DevOps, no monthly builds.
I don't actually get how they do that, because if you only pay once for setting it up and then it's free forever, how do they settle the API costs to run the models, right? That is a bit weird.
Yeah, they might fund things for now, revenue and maintenance,
or they have, you know, they use the money to build some sort of small data center or hosting somewhere else, and they run local models. That's also a possibility, I guess. They can just run local models on some machines, which is way cheaper, maybe more scalable even.
Yeah,
but I think the most interesting part about it is that they also include some sort of on-chain identity for your OpenClaw. So whatever he's doing, whatever tokens he's creating, if he's interacting with other agents, transacting money and whatever, then all of this is basically being captured in some sort of ID. I don't know how it looks like. I don't know if this part is already live. I think you can already use the product and mint your .mold ID, but yeah, I would probably have to get my own one to dig deeper into that.
Yeah, they have on-chain Metaplugs core. I guess it's an NFT. The on-chain identity is probably just a it's like Solana ID, honestly. Like technically, I think it is just an NFT that lives with the wallet of the host wallet of the agent. So that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that actually. I haven't seen them around. Do you know who's building this?
No, honestly, I don't. I don't know who built that.
Mold ID. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's less of an ID and more of a agentic tech stack to spawn your Solana dev, basically, which is cool. I mean, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. But as always, be careful when you interact with these new companies, right? You never know who are the founders. I would first try to get some more info on this. And the page honestly screams AI slop. Like, this is, if you ever done some vibe coding, this is exactly what you get, the front end. So I guess whoever built this probably used a lot of AI himself to build this, which is nothing bad, not judging, just saying. That is just even a bit more of a reason to be careful about apps, especially when you connect your wallet to pay for something, right? You want to make sure that you connect your wallet only to trustworthy apps.
Yeah, you should set something completely fresh up here. Like definitely separate this closely from anything you hold keys in or whatever. I also don't find anything about the founders. I'll see if I find something, but so far I didn't find anything. Let's take a look at Solana, maybe. How about that?
What is going on with good old Salami?
let's head over to the chart here. We're definitely not made. We didn't make it. Like last week, I think I talked about the attempt to break out to the upside, and there was a strong attempt this week. After I said that there was an attempt, but we did not succeed. We're currently again back below $80 on the Solana chart. Trading here in the weekly view, definitely at the lower boundary of the Bollinger Bands, for example, which usually also indicates, okay, we're deep in support area. Also, the RSI shows the same picture. Weekly RSI remains below 30, which again has been historically something that actually, it's weird. Yeah, it never really happened. So like selling pressure right now is in an all-time high, literally. So market is highly oversold. So yeah, this screams to me, okay, we're coming to an end, but this can drag, okay? This can drag. Like, this is something you should keep in mind. If we look here at the 15-minute chart, let me clean this up a little bit. You can see that since the last drop here at the end of, or the beginning of February, where we did this wick to set 67, since then we've just been going sideways. The whole month of February was basically between $90 and $75 the whole month. So we've been just ranging right now, and it kind of makes sense because there has been nothing, you know, significantly changing in the world. All the other assets haven't moved tremendously. The only thing we saw was this week where we had this push here to the upside, which looked like something bullish. But to me, especially now, you always know it better after, especially now, it really looks like just a little short squeeze, basically. So to take out the people that were shorting, because there's this last wick here, especially this one at the end, that was really kind of, you know, pushing high here. But yeah, we didn't manage to break higher than that. So we kind of stayed in this resistance zone here in the top that we've been tapped into since a while. Now we're back in this big green zone. And I think chances are increased right now for further downside, in my opinion. I think we could see another low here on the weekly, basically. So that would bring us, you know, sub 67, feasible. And it will also align with my chart here when it comes to the target boxes. The next big liquidity zone is down here, sub $60. So I think we could see another flush, potentially. I don't know how long we're going to drag sideways. I'd rather see a big flush earlier than later, and then we have a better foundation for reversal. So that's currently how it looks like here. Pretty much the same picture on the Bitcoin chart. Can't really add anything to it. I do want to emphasize the fact, though, that also on the Bitcoin chart, the RSI is on the weekly in a very low territory. And again, you don't need to, the only thing you should do is backtest this. You don't need to be a genius to see that. That whenever the RSI is here, every time the RSI is here, you'll see a big price increase, period, right? When? I don't know. Is that it? Can it go lower? Sure. So like, you know, putting in a 50x long right now is definitely a bad idea because you don't know how further lower, like, you know, the price can also push lower with the RSI and not printing lower, right? The divergence is usually what happens next. So that's totally feasible. But for spot buyers and so on, this is usually like such a good indicator, honestly. It's so simple, like just weekly chart, Bitcoin, RSI, done. Because it has to, like, either Bitcoin goes to zero and we're all dead, or the price is going to go up at some point. that's pretty much it, right? So, and I don't think there's a lot of much juice in here to the downside. Maybe a little bit, but again, Solana maybe $55 to $60, Bitcoin maybe 60K, yeah, 60K to 55. That's funny. It's the same price times 100. Anyway, that's pretty much it, what we see on the charts these days. So nothing too exciting, as I said already initially today when we started the stream. It is a bit boring. It's a bit, you know, like there's no there's no huge news breaking right now that will move the market. It is what it is. What's new from your side, Pierre? Did you tinker a little bit more on your sandbox project? Do you have any updates from our reply buddy that we've been tinkering with since a while? Should we talk about this for a second?
Yeah. So next to me, who is using the product almost daily, our friend Cyber Brother also stepped in as one of the first users to try it out and give me feedback. He's using the Solana ID account for it, but he's also, I think, he's not yet onboarded his own account. At least I can't see him here, but I gave him access for his own account as well. So let's see how this goes. But so far, the feedback has been good, I would say. People like the onboarding. It's pretty straightforward. Not sure if I can say it. I think Maki is also using it. He asked for an early access, so he got in, and he's actually using it very actively, and he gave me great feedback as well.
Nice.
He said for a non-technical person, it was easy to set up. First, it was a bit intimidating, but then once you look into it, it's not that hard to basically need to get 2 Twitter credentials that you get from your browser in your dev console. It's easy to open. There's a full explanation on how to do it. So it's pretty straightforward, and it was very easy. And yeah, he just started right into it. I got some good feedback, so I made some smaller changes. You can now use GIFs also directly from Reply Buddy. That was not possible before, but since GIFs are a big thing on Twitter, so now you can also use a GIFs directly from Reply Buddy. Basically, you can there's nothing you can not do right now in the queue that you can't do on Twitter.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm also using it every day because it actually makes a lot of sense, even without the AI features. If you just want to be active for a few minutes every day, to get some exposure, be in front of the right people, then this is way easier because you don't need to go on a hunt for tweets. You don't need to use Xpro with different columns for different lists, right? You create your targeting once, you tell the app exactly which accounts you want to monitor, and then there's this smart algorithm that also filters out old posts, stuff that you don't want to interact with. So you really only see things, if you set it up correctly, in your inbox. It's almost like a messenger inbox that are highly relevant to you, and then you work through them, you reply whatever you want, and you fuck off and work again. So you don't really get distracted because you never see Twitter, but you're still interacting with tweets, right? So you still get some infos if you want to, because you have to read the post. And then once you are cool with that, you can start using the AI and let it do for you, and make sure it is actually able to mimic you almost perfectly before you fully hand off the Twitter account. But if you never want to use AI features, it's still perfectly nice to just use the filtering system and the targeting system, I would say. So yeah, no, this is just a thing that I built for myself or for Solana ID or for any other project that we do in the future. I would say it's very useful. And we haven't done any big marketing yet. I just wanted to see how it works with a few first movers, first beta users, if you want to say so. And yeah, so far I think it has been good. Nothing that broke or nothing that is not working. Just a few updates.
Nice. That's really cool. To be able to just take an idea and put it into real life and run with it.
Yeah.
As someone like us, that just wanted to get a job done. Usually this is how good apps are being built as well, right? You want to solve a problem for yourself, and then you discover that other people have the same problem, and then you make a product out of it. usually how it
Yeah,
goes.
I think that this product can actually help a lot of people. It's just a matter of how much brain power do we want to put in this? How can we properly tie it into the Solana ID ecosystem, and maybe even use it as a perk? Reply buddy could be a perk for Solana ID users, right? However that looks like, but in the end of the day, it can be it fits perfectly into our ecosystem, because Solana ID helps apps to acquire users, and it helps users to get rewards and discover Solana, right? So if we can use Reply Buddy to help our customers getting more users in whatever way, it's still part of our value proposition.
Yeah, that's fine. We can, actually the perk is not a bad idea. We can just make it free for Solana ID users in a certain tier, We can give them kind of lifetime access if you're tier 1, or something like this. Tier 2, just create a discount code for them. And we can put this as a perk in the hub.
Yeah,
just
sure.
spontaneous idea here, ladies and gentlemen. But this is, I think, not a bad idea. Low-hanging fruit, and why not? Cool. Then, lastly, when it comes to updates from my side, for just some company updates, Solana ID token plans. Solid is definitely going to change a little bit this year, and we talked about it pretty much every week here. So every week I'm giving you a quick update from my side. This week again, I had a longer call with our friends from Crafts market price token raises, where holders get real upside. It's actually a cool team. I like them. I think I think they might be onto something. And they have a new mechanism for the ICO, for raising funds, but also they allow the token to be in a legal structure that is closer to an ownership coin a la MetaDAO, but not fully, as you still maintain some equity in your company outside of the token part. So that's cool. What is also cool is that there will be a way where we can integrate Solana ID into their product, because as part of even before I ever talked to Craft, they have in their pitch deck a slide that talks about reputation-weighted ICO allocations. So when you invest in a project on Craft and you want to participate in an ICO, they had the idea that if it's oversubscribed, they will allow people with a higher reputation to get a bigger chunk of the race, right? So it's reputation weighted based on your actually that's a good question. They didn't have a full answer to that question, based on what. And then we came and they saw, okay, that's pretty much what Solana is doing. Why don't we just use them instead of building our own reputation system here? So if we would do anything together with Crafts, we could use that same moment to integrate Solana ID and our reputation scores into the platform, so that you can take part in raises based on your tiers and reputation score, solid score. As you know, for example, in MetaDAO, you invest in a project, $1,000, and someone who invests in the same project, $50,000, they will all get the same pro rata shares, right? So you get a little bit of tokens, this guy gets a little bit of tokens if the token raise is highly oversubscribed. In Crafts, it's not just pro rata, it would be reputation weighted. So that's cool, because I like the idea of having a product integration as well with them, while also utilizing Crafts as a platform for the token setup and the recapitalization, i.e. a new ICO. So the TLDR here is that I'm currently leaning towards working with them, because so far I have seen no red flags, and I think it might be a good idea. They are having the first launches in March, most likely, so upcoming in this month now. And we wouldn't be part of the first 1-2 launches. They will do some fresh projects, we could potentially be part of the 3rd or 4th launch on Craft, where we would basically do a larger Solana ID 2026 relaunch announcement, where we might talk about a few changes when it comes to Solana ID, our product iteration, our new direction, and so on. So a few things, but together with it, also a token restructuring and a new smaller ICO on that platform to give completely new people the chance to get in, and old token holders the chance to redeem their tokens for the new token, and that's it. So there's nothing really changing for old token holders, despite the fact that you would have to migrate the tokens manually at some point before the timeline runs out, which would be like a 2 months window or something, where you have time to do that. So that's a TLDR. Again, that this is not an announcement. Disclaimer: this is me updating you guys on my progress and thoughts of the founders of Solana regarding next steps here. I keep you updated on the further steps. I think, like I said, April might be realistic for this initiative, so we'll have time in March to plan this out and inform you guys ahead when this is actually concrete and happening. Okay. Anything else, Pierre, that you want to talk about? If not, we can do the NFT distribution because we're at the full hour, and then we can come to an end here. We still have to give out the Solid Talk NFT, so I think maybe let's move on to that part, huh?
Yeah, we can do that.
Nice.
Let me just get it for you.
Solana is waking up again. We're just moving above $80 again, $81. Every time in Solid Talks, we're pumping, at least this week and last week, on Solana. So that's good. But again, guys, don't get too excited.
There you go.
Are we ready? Oh, Solid Talk and the 28th of February, Solid Talk 78. This is it, guys. This is your collectible. This is what you get for attending Solid Talk today. This beauty. 73 is still the last one received. Uh-oh, Pierre.
What is it?
You gotta do some push-ups.
I didn't check the script. Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
Simon, you have to replace me with one of those open claws.
I'm just gonna call him Pierre. Let me know once we're ready with the quest. Cyber says push-up time, so yeah.
Yeah, how many do I need to do?
Oof. 73 is the last one she received, so 74, 75, 76, 77. That's 4 times. What was it 10 push-ups per forgotten round, or more than 10?
No.
100?
No. No.
What do you mean, no? You guys maybe
no. It's 5 then, right? 5, because the last one was 73, now it's 78. 78 minus 1, because today's one cannot be out yet anyway, so it's 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Times 10, so 40.
Okay, that's what I said, you motherfucker.
I thought you said 100.
Yeah, I said 10 first, and then you were like, no, and I said, oh, is it more? Is it 100? And then you said, no, and then you did some rocket science, and then you said it's 10. So
okay, should I do them right now or what?
Yeah, if the quest is ready, you can do it while we're claiming. You ready?
Yeah. Quest is ready.
Okay, then go ahead. We're counting. We're counting on you. 40.
Wait, let me get you the code first that you need.
Yeah. I need the code. Secret code.
Yeah. There you go.
Balkan, BLKN, ladies and gents, all caps. Go head over to talk.solana.id while Pierre is finishing his push-ups. Talk.solana.id. And there you will be able to plug in your wallet address and the secret code, which is Balkan, BLKN. And then hopefully you will receive your NFTs next week, from 73 to 78, which is today's NFT. And to clean the slate, to make sure Pierre has a clean slate, he'll have to do his due. So, yeah.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see your feet.
You count, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
I cannot promise that I can do 40 at once.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, let's go.
We're taking bets.
Yeah.
We're taking
Lost
bets.
this. All right.
Okay, 1, 2, 3 und los. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, come on, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, almost there. 4, 5, 6, 7, come on. 8, come on. 9, come on. 1 more. 10, and perfect. Here we go. So you timed that perfectly. It looks like you can do 40 exactly. You're like, okay. Then this is my max now. Okay, guys. Let me know if that's okay. If Pierre's relieved now from his jail time, from his prison time. But yeah, so next time, Pierre, maybe try to get these NFTs out so you save yourself. Sorry, Pierre. Says Jackie.
That's okay.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Okay, so guys, talk.solana.id, NFT is out. You can claim it while we're live, so make sure to get your hands on it. The secret code is Balkan. Awesome. Cool. All righty, Pierre got his workout in. We got the NFT out. We covered most of the news. Should I share a little snippet from the interview?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just like
Let's
a
do
short
that.
one. Just a short one.
Simon says, say just.
We don't want to spoil this too much. So this is unedited footage. So obviously no good coloring and so on. But I was in an interview with Vidor, and yeah, let's say it was less serious than other interviews in the past.
Simon says, say just.
Just.
Simon says, say use.
Use.
Simon says, say backpack.
Soulflare.
Okay. So you started coding at 12.
Yeah.
And by 14, you were running your own web hosting company. Micro hosting.
Micro, yes, it's a bad Serbian spelling of micro.
What else is micro about you?
What else?
Let's talk about Counter-Strike.
Let's talk about Counter-Strike.
So that's Okay. So the whole interview was more
Did
or
he
less like,
did he like it?
yes, I think so. Yeah, he took me out for lunch after, so I think we're still friends.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so this is it. I'm not gonna tell anything else about this this incident. You guys gonna see what all of this is about. But yeah, you can already block your 26th of March. Isn't that your when's your birthday?
26?
Yeah, yours is on 27. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good then. You can block your 26th of March, guys. I'm not going to give you the hour yet, but there will be something on this day related to everything we do here, not only Sanity, everything we do. And you'll learn about it in March. There's going to be a lot of noise around this. I know this is very ambiguous and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's it. At least I showed you a little snippet from this interview, which is part of the larger, bigger picture. Where's Benny? That's a good question. Probably sleeping. No, maybe more waking up right now. Cyrus says you're vindicated. I think that's your push-ups. Doing his magic in the background. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Let's close it down here. I don't have anything else for you prepared. So Pierre, I think we're ready to call it a day. We're good?
Yeah.
Then, ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in to Solid Talk number 78. I hope you guys had a good time with us, chilling, vibing, talking Solana, and about anything else we got on our minds. We all will see you again next week for Solid Talk number 79, or in between in the community on Telegram, on Twitter, and wherever else we are jumping around here. So make sure to come again. Same place, same time next week for the next Solid Talk. Until then, I hope you will get solid, stay solid. Peace out, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.